Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or on Instagram at justkeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, back at it again with another great episode for you. And y'all knows with me, it's the man, the myth, the legend, it's Mr. Excuse you. Oh wow, rude. That is nasty. That is nasty. Y'all, I want some raw footage.
There we go.
That is nasty.
Hi, it's Mr. 13.
Wow, that was disgusting.
Oh, I'll be sure to quiet the waves on that.
Yeah, it looks in your car, it's gonna be vibrating your speakers and shit. That's gonna be mad. You're like, damn, this nigga really just burped and vibrate my whole speaker.
Yeah. That's what you get for listening to the Just Keep Swimming podcast.
Man, that's what you get for eating Subway.
Wow. So I feel like there's a little, tension, and, related to, racism with that.
Wow.
Quarter subs, man. Subway.
I'm just...
Could be Jersey Mike's, is it
that's what I'm saying. It's not
sandwiches?
I just feel like Subway's to McDonald's of sandwiches,
I mean, yeah, but do you still eat McDonald's?
I do.
And I'm Jack in the Box.
But I just feel like, it's we're recording this at 2 in the afternoon. You had better options than Subway just now. You could went on the way here. You could have went to Jimmy John's. You could have hit Jersey Mike's. You could hit one of the pizza shops and got a true Italian sub. You got the Greek spot around the corner. You could have got a really good sandwich compared to.
And
I feel like you cheat yourself.
Did I have the time? Really though? After I stopped by 3 shopping centers.
Oh,
and I looked and I was like, man, all this is trash or it takes too long.
Right.
When I parked, I looked on the maps, didn't find anything, but guess where I parked?
Right,
Subway. I was like, might as well fuck it.
Go get a Subway.
I
feel it. As long as you feel full.
Yeah, and I'll make sure to go back to tell them my brother hates y'all.
You don't have to tell them that. They understand. They don't see my face. They don't see my face. I went to Subway one time, and that was because they had a free sub or something. I was like, I guess I'm going to take one coupon.
That's fair.
Yes, sir. Well, you been all good, bro?
For the most part, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Yeah. You?
I'm good, bro. I'm still alive. Can't complain. I've been enjoying my week off, low-key.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks before this, so it feels good to have a week off well deserved.
No, I feel that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a good, very special episode coming for you guys today. And we have another very special guest for you guys. Bring him back to the microphone for his... 6 times? 7 times?
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, something like that. 6, 7. Yeah. Yes, we're bringing back to the microphone. We're bringing back Mr. Marvin Jackson, Mr. MJ. How you doing today, fam?
Pretty good. Still alive.
Yes, sir. What's that your hat say? Dad what?
Oh, Dad Gang.
Dad Gang.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. That's a smooth hat. That's a smooth hat, yeah. That's a smooth hat.
Yeah, it's a whole page on Instagram you can buy. They got different ones.
They got like established as in like when you first became a dad or no?
No. You don't custom. I'm not sure if you can customize them or not. I just got this one. I liked it, but they got a bunch of different colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. You had the day you're first born, or at least the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I could take it to the hat store and get all that stuff on there if I wanted to. Thinking about it, I ain't never thought of it. It's just I got hair on my head still, so it's rare that I wear hats. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like, I got 2 hats. That's it. Like,
No, I feel you. I got all them hats hanging up. I don't never wear them.
Never wear them.
Yeah, I got hair on my head.
That hair, yeah.
Trust me,
No shots to the people, bald head people.
Yeah. No shots to the family. Yeah. No shots to those jeans.
Just not a necessity.
Yeah, not a necessity for me right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah, hopefully never. I'm sure.
Nah, if I ever go bald, I would definitely get me a man wig. I'm telling y'all that.
Wow.
Wig.
Not the man wig, not the.
I'm sorry, being bald is one of my biggest fears. I don't got the head for it. I don't got the head.
I don't know if we can do that in Vegas, man. It's too hot.
It's all right. Trust me, I know a couple people with it. I ain't gonna say who.
Oh wow, that's deep.
I'll tell you off the mic.
That's deep. That's deep. I can do it. Yeah.
I'll tell you off the mic.
That's deep. Not a man wig. That's deep. I always think about it too. Like I always see the videos. You see the videos where the dudes have the spray on hair, and then somebody wipe their head.
I ain't getting that. No, I'm literally getting like the one where you.
No, you pull it down though. Yeah, they lay it down. It's like glue and everything.
Hey, it's gonna look like I'm looking right now. You wouldn't even know.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I don't know how we got here, but we here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take it back. Let's go ahead and take it back there, sir. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk today about trauma. Personally, childhood trauma and how we feel that affects us today. So this right here is something that I felt that I personally been dealing with a lot recently. Last few years for sure. Definitely as I'm, spending more time by myself, and realizing that some things irk me and some things don't irk me, and, starting to look back at the past history that I used to go through and like, what things that I thought was just like a childhood thing turns out is trauma compared to what my therapist said. Yeah. You were like, I didn't know that was trauma. I thought that was just life in the ghetto, but no, that's trauma. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that today. And I guess my first question for the room is, when did you first realize that you may have had some type of childhood trauma? Yeah, I'm starting deep. Yeah.
Honestly, I think, like how you see, I think growing up in a black household, you're not gonna realize it till you in your 20s or 30s. Yeah. I don't think I realized like all the trauma I went through until maybe like the last 7 or 8 years.
Right.
But before that, I think it was just like he said, growing up, man. Growing up black is like literally, I think it's all trauma. That's how if you really think about it.
Right. Exactly. Definitely, like I said, depending on when you grew up, where you grew up, and what type of parents you had. Mm-hmm. Like, trust me, I had a grandma that used to make me go get my own switch. You know what I'm saying? Off the tree.
Yep.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there could be traumatizing. So yeah, I should understand that.
Yeah.
That's deep, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's another trauma I'm aware of today.
Yeah. Nah, bro, that's what makes me think. Like, I think about stuff like that all the time. Of like the little things of like things that I wouldn't think could be trauma, but you explain that to somebody else and they'll think that's horrific. Mm-hmm. Like the idea that if I didn't eat my peas for dinner, I gotta sit at that table until I eat my peas, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And then somebody, you can, some parents like, that's discipline, you know what I'm saying? That's parenting, that's what you have to do, but then other people look at it like that. That's wild, so you won't let them use the bathroom or nothing?
Yeah.
That's hostage, you hold them, whatever it is, like you making them, that's a cruel punishment.
Cruel, unusual punishment.
Cruel, unusual punishment. And you be like, is that cruel, unusual? Because she ain't hit me or nothing. She may have yelled at me a little bit and made me sit there.
But I mean, how many of your wounds that you've just gone over through like the years of your life have been emotional?
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be physical.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Like, we don't think about the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, for me to answer that question, I think that's what got me to realize maybe I've been through some trauma, when I start to realize, like, I felt like my emotions weren't serving me properly anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like there were things that usually weren't getting me upset, that were getting me upset. But then when I get upset, it's not just a normal, oh, I'm mad, but it's like a look at rage. Yeah, like I'm boiling, like I'm really upset, I'm really irritated off of something that I used to just shrug my shoulders off of. Now, when that issue arises again, I'm pissed, you know, and I'm beyond pissed, and I want to fight, and I want to tear down. It's like, why do I feel this way? You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel so balled up like this? You know? Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's when I started realizing a little bit. Mm-hmm. What about you, 1-3? If you'd like to share.
Probably like my early 20s is when I started to realize it, just because of the different people that I was being around, and like honestly probably through relationships, like romantic relationships is when it really starts to make itself known, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. Because man, they make you look at parts of yourselves that you didn't even notice, and then when you look at that, it's like, okay, well, what do I do with this? Why is this there? And then start thinking back and things like that, even before you get a therapist. I'll probably say majority of it I've come to realize was probably in the last 3 years, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, just certain life situations where your old like safety mechanisms just don't serve you anymore.
Right.
And then you realize those safety mechanisms are the trauma itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, and I fully agree with that one, because like you said, definitely the relationship aspect, you know, I feel like there's times where me and Jess, it's not even an issue, but for some reason it's an issue with me because of like how I was raised in a way, in shape or form. And it's like, well, that's part because I was traumatized. For prime example, I don't know if you remember that one time, Marvin, we went out and got some food, and we came back home to my mama's house, and we had food prepares, and she kicked everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
So stuff like that. And it's like, so now I'm to this point where it's like, I have this habit of, I don't like to do something without making sure everybody in the room is good. I don't want to eat without making sure that she's not hungry too. Yeah. Like if she's hungry, then I want to make sure I get something for everything. But at the same time, she grew up in a more different type of household where if you hungry, you go eat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no make sure everybody else is hungry or see if anybody else is hungry before you make yourself something to eat. You just go eat. And for me, it's like I get upset because I'm like, well, dang, you didn't ask if I was hungry, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you in the house, there's a fridge full of food. You shouldn't always have to check, but that trauma of me being younger and going through what I went through of not understanding or, you know, not checking in with the family, you know, it still weighs on me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of our trauma come from like our childhood, and then when we would like ask our parents a question, they would say no, but not give us a explanation or a reason why they said no.
Right.
So to us, we know they just said no. It's like, but why no? But so that's what me and like Sabrina been talking about lately. Like we tell our kids no, but we also tell them the why behind our no.
Right.
Because like I don't really ask for stuff because my friends always tell me no growing up. Hey, can I have this? No. Can I have this? No. So me, I don't ask for stuff, and I kind of wonder is that like some form of trauma? Because they ask me, what do you want for Father's Day? Nothing. Like I don't want nothing. I'm alright.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder, is that like a form of trauma as well?
No. I agree. I think it is. Because I have the same feeling when it's hard for me to ask for anything. Because I always feel like I was always told no. Or when I did ask, if I felt bad for asking.
Yeah. Like you felt like it was, like you'll get punished for asking a question.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that way. Sorry.
I don't know. No, I just feel like. I mean, is there a difference between trauma and learned behavior though? Because I feel, I mean, with y'all both said the same trauma of like, you know, not wanting to ask for stuff, but like for me, Adrian's came off more as trauma. Yours was more like learned behavior based off of how you said it. Yeah. Because like, were you ever like, you know, hit or anything because you were asking for something?
No, I remember one time I asked my dad could I play for his basketball team. He told me no at first, and then maybe like a week or two went by, and he asked me why didn't I ask him again. I said, "Cause you told me no," and he said, "Well, you didn't ask again, so that let me know that you didn't want it." But why do I gotta ask twice? You already told me no.
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
And I'm supposed to listen to you as a parent.
yeah. So it's
So you
like,
went to bed for it, yeah.
yeah. So it's like a weird. It's like when you sit back and think about things. It's like when you sit back and think about your child. Like, why would you? Like, how many times I gotta ask for something? Like, so now if I ask for something once, you tell me no, I'm not gonna come ask you again. Like, it's kind of like a weird shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like at that point too, it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm just taking this straight left field, but I can see this happening to some kid or some people. Like if that situation happens to them, okay, and let's say they take the route of, okay, well, I'm gonna just keep asking until I get what I want, and then your imagination can fill in where that can go wrong on so many different like environments.
Yeah, like so, like just like with the idea of what you said, the whole no thing. The first thing that popped in my mind was like the whole look sex in general. You know, oh, she say no. You know, you can be like, the girl can leave say no, and you're like, okay, and walk off. And then later, I'm like, you never tried. You told me no. So I took their no as a no, you know what I'm saying? But let me not take that no as a no, and now I'm in jail for rape, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take the no as a true no, because back then somebody told me that, well, you're supposed to fight for it though. You're supposed to let me scream no with calling your eyes out. I don't know.
And
that's crazy.
Just as a sidebar, for the general public, if anybody says some stupid shit to you like that, just leave, bro. Oh, you're supposed to fight, man. We're supposed to work together. We're supposed to be fighting. If you like me, bitch, let me know.
Let me know.
And you said no.
Yeah, then you said no, so I'm gonna respect you because I like you.
I'm respecting you for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm respecting you for
now,
what it is.
after you said no, if I continue to proceed, there is legal actions that you can take. Like, no, I'm all right on that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love myself enough to not put myself in that situation.
You said no, I'm good.
Yeah, and I've seen people like that in college for sure that got put in that situation. So, I took your question to heart, Mr. 13, and I went to our lovely friend, Mr. GPT, to see what the chat talking about. Chat says, trauma versus learned behavior. These things can look similar on the surface, but they come from different places. Trauma is a response to an overwhelming, distressful, or threatening experience. The behavior is often driven by the brain trying to protect itself. Examples: avoiding relationships after being betrayed or abused, becoming hypervigilant because danger used to be real, freezing during conflict because past experiences taught the brain conflict wasn't safe. Key question about trauma: is this behavior a response to something painful that happened to me? Learned behavior is something picked up through observation, repetition, rewards, consequences, or environment. It does not necessarily come from a traumatic event. Examples: learning to avoid difficult conversations because you saw others do it. Smoking when stressed because it became your coping habit. Interrupting people because that's how communications happen in your household. Key question: is this behavior something I learned and repeated because it worked, or was it modeled for me? And then it says the overlap. Sometimes trauma creates learned behaviors. And I think that right there is pretty deep right there. Yeah. Sometimes traumas can create learned behaviors. A child grows up in a home where expressing feelings leads to criticism. And I think that right there is when the learned behavior, the trauma, really unites them. So it's like, after a while, that learned behavior because of trauma, because you never, it's a threatening experience to you. You know what I'm saying? It's an overwhelming experience too at some point, and that's when it starts to become a trauma. Then I feel
like, until Marvin explained that later part, like it seemed like that was more of like a learned behavior. It's like, okay, well, I mean, you know, if I keep getting no when I ask for something, then I'm just gonna stop asking, as opposed to like, you know, if you ask for something and then as soon as you ask, it's like no, and then you ask again, and then you get popped for it. Like it's like, I'm not trying to get popped. Yeah, again, that's stressful. So I'm gonna not ask anything just to protect myself from getting popped.
So then now, one thing I was thinking though was the constantly always getting a no. can turn into a trauma because soon anytime you want to ask for something that you really want, you get filled with this anxiety, and it becomes an overwhelming experience to even ask for anything because you're always afraid you're gonna get a no again. I'm so used to getting no that it's something I really want a yes for, you know, or you even stop asking in general. You
I
just
stop asking.
You know?
But I don't think that implicitly like means that it's like trauma. Like you have to clarify how is the no being communicated.
Well, I feel like it becomes a trauma where. So one thing I was thinking was what they say in the Bible. You know, as a child, I thought as a child. As an adult, I think as an adult. But it's like the trauma is carried on when the learned behavior never gets conquered or unlearned, or
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's still learned behavior though, because it's not. Is that causing you distress?
It is when you are afraid to ask questions. Like for me, for example, I'm the same way. I hate asking my parents for anything because I used to feel like a bugaboo for asking for anything, and now it becomes a distress because when I really do need something, I'm terrified to ask or even want to ask because of how I felt from the past, you know?
And that's what I'm saying, like, it's how the no is being said, because you can still say no, but that's not causing trauma. But because I know who your parents are, who you grew up with, like, the way they say no and how they act, that's the traumatizing. It's the reaction that's traumatizing you.
Not just the no in general.
It's not just the no. No is just a neutral word.
Right.
A neutral response.
It's how they say it.
It's how they say it that's making you stressed.
And how you receive it.
Yeah, I should, if you ask me if I want water and I just say no, then, I mean, that's just a no. That's just neutral response. But if I'm saying, like, nigga, why are you asking me? No!
Yeah.
Right.
That's...
Ask me water again, beat your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It's like, no, he just said no. But then it kind of like messed me up. But he's like, why you ain't ask me again? Like, why do I have to? Why
yeah,
do
so
I?
now that response now is when the trauma sides come in. Because now you don't know what to think.
Yeah.
And now you're like, well, do I beg for something now, or do I
ask? Do I not ask anymore? Do I like so? As a kid, it's like, yeah.
But that's why I'm like,
that makes sense.
I want to be more strict on that because of how much everything's getting misconstrued on the internet. You have to be careful about like what you're calling trauma and what's just learned behavior, distincting between the two, because now anybody could just like, because this, and I heard this on XYZ, then I must have that. But it's like that's not necessarily the correlation to what's being said.
Yeah.
Like you have to like be aware of the nuances that comes with it. And that's why, nigga, if you feel like you have something, go get checked out from a professional rather than just trying to read the DSM-5 on your own and then self-diagnosing yourself without the knowledge beforehand.
Right.
You know.
So I guess my one question is then like, how would I know if it's a learned behavior versus trauma then?
Good question.
You know, like how would I
know?
know if it's a learned behavior versus trauma?
I think ChatGPT said the stress. Are you responding in stress? That like is post-traumatic stress disorder. Like every time they get into their episodes, they're either like very manic or there's some type of stress being pressed there. If I'm just being told no and then I just learned that, then it's like maybe I'll get irritated or maybe I'm just a little like whatever to it. Like, no, I'm not going to ask because I just know it's not going to be a no. I'm not asking because I'm scared of what they'll do when I do ask.
Wait,
that's the difference.
Say that part again.
So when I'm asking is, am I afraid to ask? Am I afraid to ask? Or do I just know what's going to be said because of the constant pattern in the past?
Yeah.
The constant pattern in the past doesn't implicitly imply that I'm gonna be stressed over. It's just like, well, this happened for 5 years where I'm just asking and they just say no, so I'm just not gonna ask anymore. As opposed to, man, the last time I asked, like they popped me and got like really angry. So I'm afraid of that. So I'm not going to ask, rather than just knowing, oh, I know the response.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's the emotions and the reaction within the circumstance that decides if it's trauma or learned behavior.
Right.
Because like if you're teaching a dog every time to ring the doorbell to go get your food, that's just a learned behavior. Yeah. But if every time the dog fucked up and I ring the bell and I'm like, get your ass over here, then that's creating trauma for the, you know, because now that nigga's stressed.
Right.
Yeah. It's not just learned. It's like it's causing a stressful response to like a stimulation that's been repeated or that has been very devastating to that person.
Okay. Right, so I got a can you have good trauma?
Well, based off of this book that my therapist's been telling me, like it's called Iron John, the book about men. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that it talks about is like there's like a lack of initiation of men nowadays, like how it was back in the day with like, you know, Sparta, you know, once you turn a certain age you go out into the wilderness and figure out when you better come back.
Right. Yeah.
If you do, that's you're a man. Well, they don't have that really nowadays. Right. So he kind of goes to talk about like with the old initiations, they would wound the boy, but give a reason behind that wound so they can graduate into becoming men and like go throughout life like that. That wound's a reminder of
like a kind of like a badge of honor.
Yes, to a degree. So now to answer your question, like at least from where I'm at in the book, which is like the second chapter, it seems like the wound is what allows you to reach within yourself to bring out this wild man, that man of spirit that, you know, you're kind of supposed to be initiated into. And at that point, like, any wound
can be positive.
Yeah.
It's literally how you look at it and can you put a reason to it. Yeah. And what you do with it. Yeah, like you said.
I would say more important is like what you do with it. And the sad part, I think a lot of those past initiations that used to happen back in the day, I think from what it's telling me so far, like a lot of that, they put a purpose behind the wound that they have or that they're going to implement into them, and then they guide them on what to do with it.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's not like nowadays we have all these wounds, but sometimes we don't know what the fuck to do with it.
We don't know why,
and that's where it becomes stressful and like quote unquote bad trauma. But I mean, once we find a way to meet ourselves there and like work through whatever it is and then accept that part of ourselves and use it as like a tool, then I think that's, at least from what I'm understanding, when you become a man type of shit.
I mean, no, and it makes perfect sense because that's exactly like, technically that's exactly what trauma always is supposed to do, you know, like anytime you get burned but you don't die, it makes you stronger, you know, what it doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's something we always learn.
Yeah.
So technically the trauma that we received in the past, it made us who we are today. We want to be here without that. You know what I'm saying? If you got the constant yeses all the time, you want to be the go-getter person that you are to be able to survive, to be able to provide for 3 or 4 other people beneath you. You know what I'm saying? And your wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have got the same thing, if I would have got the babying treatment or whatever that I felt like I always deserved or I should have got as a kid, I wouldn't be this independent as I was now. You know, so I feel like that too. Like I feel like everything is always working your beneficial. Like it's a part of your story.
Yeah.
You know, and I always laugh and like every good story got something bad into it. Like who wants to read a book where nothing bad happens to the main character? You know what I'm saying? Where everything goes the character's way and there's no type of trauma. And even if there is a book like that, that's the drama. Of everything's going his way and he's tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even there is a book like that, like fucking what's that guy's name? I was thinking One Punch Man.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah, One Punch Man. He's the ultimate superhero. He can literally beat any battle in one punch. But that's his drama. He's too strong. You know, he still has a trauma. He still has an issue where he can't even let his full emotions out because gone. One hit gone. It's like, damn, I can't even sweat because everything I do just gets destroyed in one hit. Like, damn, I can't even say I've been in a fight because one hit later is over. You know, I can't even get mad. Like, yeah, But that's interesting.
It kind of reminds me of the story in the Bible about Jacob wrestling with God, because like he did all of this. What was it? Esau, his brother.
Esau, yeah.
He stole something, or
he stole his birthrights.
Stole his birthright.
Yeah, stole his birthrights. Tricked him, ran off, all that stuff.
And then met this girl that he wanted to marry, and then he slaved for a couple years, and then he went to like this hut, and he was like asking to be blessed, and this
stranger,
pulls up, and he ends up wrestling with him throughout the night until the morning. And lo and behold, that man is God. And he was about to leave, and Jacob's like, nah,
I'm not leaving till you give my blessing.
Yeah, give him my blessing. And then God broke his hip. Broke his hip, like, permanently. But I mean, like, as I'm thinking about it now, like, this is kind of like that initiation. You held your faith despite everything that you did, still asking for some blessing. And honestly, that's some manhood stuff right there. I'm gonna break your hip just to let people know and let you know you wrestled with me to get this. And because of that, I'm changing your name to Esau or Israel. And like that's his initiation.
His reborn, his rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
His trauma led him to get to that point. If it wasn't there, then he wouldn't be him. You know?
Yeah, no, I always think that's beautiful. Like, you have to fight that demon, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that trauma. And I think that's one thing about the whole trauma thing. Like, the idea, we even brought the subject, Marvin, it was like, when you say the word trauma, it's like, the first thing is, are you aware of it? You know what I'm saying? Are you even aware that you may have been through something, or something happened to you back in the past that is making you act a certain way in certain situations? Like, a lot of people aren't even aware of that. You know what I'm saying? They say the line of, this has always been, this I'm always gonna be, or something like that. And it's like,
you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to be like that, you know? Like, there's probably a reason for your erratic behavior, of why you always like to fight people at the DMV or something. Like, you know, whatever it could be, you know? So you got some weird ass behaviors, and you're like, there has to be a reason for it. Like,
I just want to know the story of what got you tripping out at DMVs and nowhere else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But shit though, you never know. Every time you go to the DMV, they stuck there, and you go outside and you fight some little boy, and you know, then you in DMV security, and I don't know. I'm just making up shit, but you know me though. Like, yeah, like it could be something there, you know. But so now my question is though, that I want to possibly end with was, you find the trauma, you find the trauma, you find how it's benefiting you, then what? Like, what is the next step after finding your trauma and then fixing your trauma? Do you think like you always gonna keep digging for more trauma, or do you keep moving until something else rises that makes you go, oh, I need to work on this trauma now? Or like, what is the step? Do you teach people, like, what's your next step after you figure out what your trauma is?
Well, I don't think you fix your trauma.
Yeah. That's good. Can you ever fix trauma? Can you ever heal from it? Like 100% heal from it?
As much as a scar, I would say trauma is equivalent to a scar on the body. Like, I healed from this.
Yeah.
Or I healed from this, but
it's
that's still just a mark, and to a degree, right? This is not the best example, but to a degree, I have to be mindful of this area to not get it hurt again, you know? Granted, doesn't need that much help or like assistance with that nowadays, no, but it is still there and something to be mindful of, and it's a practice, I feel. And then what was the second half of your question?
No, pretty much it's like it's a whole question. Yeah, it's a whole second half. It's like, what do you do after you realize your trauma? You healing it. Like, now, what do you do with it? But you hit a whole new idea of like, you truly never heal from it. It's always there.
Yeah.
You just have to low-key learn to live with it. And at some point, it seems like it just stops hurting.
Yeah, no, it's weird because like, I think you just think about it a lot. Like, especially like once you realize it is some type of trauma or something wrong, all you do is think about it.
I'm gonna say something that I've been thinking about like very, very recently, because when you talk with my therapist and shit, it's like, okay, now what? Okay,
now what? Exactly. That's what it is. Now what? I'm healed. I feel free now. I'm no longer afraid to ask for people, or I'm no longer afraid to say no. Now what?
I mean, and I wouldn't even say that, but like just sitting with it, man, and accepting yourself within that. Yeah, you can get past like the main symptoms of the trauma and how it's like affecting your life and shit, but like I think you also have to be cognizant of the potential shame that comes with even just acknowledging that you have a trauma. And I think part of that is just acceptance.
Right.
That's a part of you. This is who you are.
Right.
And yeah, sure, you can get past it, but I mean, if you still reject that part of yourself, if you're healing in the hopes to just get rid of the trauma, I think that's like a low-key trap. Right. At the end of the day, because that's you. Still you. And why are you rejecting that part of yourself?
Right.
You can change your relationship with it, but I feel like just all encompassing everything that's been done and affected you is the true path to peace at the end of the day.
Right.
I know I'm dealing with a lot of just hidden shame and stuff that comes out in very hidden and insidious ways. But at the end of the day, it seems like that solution is just accepting that, hey, I have flaws and these are what make me unique. But right. That's just a lot easier said than done, I feel.
Right. No, that's deep. I love it.
So should we talk to the person? Because I'm sure majority of the time, the trauma comes from the parents. Should we go have a conversation with our parents? Because, like, figure out what was they going through in life? Like, what caused them to do what they did at that particular moment? But I'm pretty sure they ain't going to remember that moment. Because I'm pretty sure since then, it's been so much more trauma put on them.
Right.
Or shit, just life period. So it's kind of like you got to go with the flow, I guess, and fix your own trauma.
So, I mean, I feel, so when it comes with the parent stuff, I feel it's plausible, but you have to go in there with the mindset to understand, not for apology. Yeah. Don't walk in there expecting your mom to say, sorry, I fucked you up. Like, that we ain't never gonna get that. But if you go in there and understand that during this time, she was, my mom, she was a single mother of 3, trying to keep a house together and trying to hold a job and keep a car. And now that I'm 35, paying all my own bills, I can only imagine what she was going through, definitely with my fat ass on the couch eating and, not doing the dishes and leaving cups in the sink and clogging up the toilets and stuff. Like, Like, I can only imagine what she was going through. So I think once you go back and get that understanding of what they're going through, it helps you understand why it happened, or what happened, or why it happened, or, the reason behind it. But for the true forgiveness, though, like Donovan said, that's a scar that may not ever truly come to say, I'm sorry for this exact reason. Because they'll be there doing that all day then. You know what I'm saying? They'll be apologizing for 18 years worth of childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the apology will help, but honestly, coming from a black household, they're not going to apologize.
And then sometimes it's not even the apology you need. So, for me, sometimes it's not even the apology I look for. It's for, I want them to see.
Yeah, the acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement. Yeah. The acknowledgement that, hey, you're right, I did put you through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But then that's when, I think that acknowledgement usually comes with, this is what would happen. This is what's going on during this time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a job and I was unemployed and your sister was being RPC'd and the car wasn't working.
My thing, I don't like, sure, knowing what they were going through definitely helps, but I feel like the acknowledgement is still even more powerful than that.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the times when somebody's done you wrong, and then you ask, confront them about it.
I believe, like, we all have...
They don't realize.
It's not even that. It's sometimes niggas just want to do what the fuck they did.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
That answer is not going to satisfy you, but at least their acknowledgement of what they did does something for you.
Yeah, it's like a warming feeling. Like, thank you for acknowledging that you fucked up. Yeah. You ain't got to apologize, but you know you fucked up, so that helps me know that, all right, you fucked up. It's like I get it.
Exactly.
Without you acknowledging it, it's just like a you. Whatever. It's like you know you did it, but you don't give a fuck, so you ain't gonna acknowledge it.
Right.
At the end of the day, they probably saying I'm your parent. I did what I had to do for whatever X, Y, and Z reason. Especially in this goddamn country, they was just trying to survive.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's all it was.
Exactly. And then too, I think really it matters what will give you that warmth on the inside too. You know, like you know me, I like to know the story.
Yeah.
I like to know what was happening at the time. Like every time I hear granddaddy stories and stuff like that, I'm like, I understand why you was coming home at 10 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, and you know what I'm saying, and you wanted to sit on that couch and not talk to nobody for the rest of the night because shit, you probably been up there chucking and jiving and pushing mountains and who knows what, and yeah, you know what I'm saying, like. Yeah, you came home, you was tired and ready to chill out. Yeah. Or I can understand why dad used to fall asleep on the couch before practice. And I used to always come down, you sleep? I'm brushing my eyes. And now I'm sitting here like, I wish I never said you sleep. I wish I would let you got that little extra 10 minutes of true silence. Yeah, true silence. Because I didn't realize you worked a whole 8-hour shift and now you gotta go. You worked an 8-hour shift, you drove all the way up to Aliante, and now you about to take us all the way to fucking, to the west side for football practice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
To drive back.
Back to get food.
And drive back.
Yeah. And today's only Tuesday, nigga. You gotta do this on Monday and Wednesday and Thursday, and then Saturday's a football game at 6 o'clock in the morning somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And now you gotta drive to fucking Summerlin for a football game, and then you gotta be there an hour early before the game even starts. So now you just sitting here because at the end of the day, you just dropping us off and y'all just shooting the breeze. And I understand why you went to practice that one day and he's like, fuck, I'm gonna go have me a drink, and you had a little too many because he's had a long day too. And I can imagine. You know. But nah, fam, trauma is something real, I feel. You know, I always, you know, I tell Jessica all the time, I'm going to therapy for that all the time. I'm still trying to figure shit out that I don't understand, that I get upset about. But yeah, it's a fun subject. I think definitely as black males, you know, happy Juneteenth, but we got a lot of work to do still.
Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah. We got a lot of work to do still. Any quotes you guys would like to leave with trauma? Or with the topic of trauma at all?
I don't think I have it. It's weird because you said that, and for some reason, I wanted to say like a Tupac quote.
Yeah, what you got? Yeah, what you got?
None. I can't think of anything. And it's kind of weird because I don't think I heard y'all say quotes in a long ass time, actually.
Well, shit, we've been doing message to listeners, that's why.
Somewhat, kind of, not, but somewhat related. A friend told me, sometimes the loyalty you have for others causes you to be disloyal to yourself. And that's also kind of like a true trauma in its own right.
Yes.
Self-abandonment.
That's deep. So one I just found online says, trauma is personal. It does not disappear if it is not validated. When it is ignored or invalidated, the silent scream continues internally, heard only by the one held captive. So it's pretty much like your inner madness. Like there's something you need to heal. You need to heal it. And I think that's one thing I want to say too. Whatever your trauma is, you have to put into work for your trauma. Yeah. You know, like you have to go see your therapist. You have to go read the books. You need to go to the gym. Whatever it is, you have to have that conversation. Like you have to put in that own work for yourself. Because, yeah, TV and stuff like that, a lot of this stuff's going to make it worse, sadly. You know,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. We can't expect nobody to stop and say, hey, man, you look traumatized. Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let me look traumatized. Let me help you out. That part never happened because, you know, something I always say is everybody going through their own story. Like, right now I'm listening to the book, oh my goodness. And it's pretty deep because as I'm listening to the book, I remember the guy's videos when he first was popping on Facebook and stuff, and I'm like, now I understand why your character is like this. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So you know David Goggins, the dude used to be jogging.
Crazy.
Yeah, he with his shirt off.
Man, that dude crazy.
So look, I'm listening to his book right now, right? Nigga, he used to go to school. He lived in a white neighborhood. every night they have to get into the car, drive to the west side, drive to the hood, open up the skating ring. Him and his little brother had to work the skating ring until like midnight, and then it was like a skating ring / club / you know, prostitute house. It was all types of shit. And his dad used to beat his mama and fuck prostitutes right in front of him, and he's, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, when you think about all that, you're like, damn, now I see why you in the video jogging, get your bitch ass up, fuck boy. And you know, like, you grew up as a thug. Like, that's in you right now, you know. And but then you came over with your trauma though to say this is what makes me now. So yeah, I love it. But pretty good book though.
What book did you read?
It's called Can't
Hurt Me.
Can't Hurt Me. Yeah.
I think this is one I read too a while ago.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's kind of weird because it's like a book podcast, but it's really, really good.
Yeah, I think he started talking about like when he started doing like all his marathons and all that stuff, like that, running the honey.
No, I'm at like chapter 2 right now.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the one I read.
But I think that's it though, yeah, because he literally right now just did a whole background at his younger age.
Yeah.
To when his mom got him out the house and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
he finally started to find his own voice and stuff like that. So But yeah, you guys, thank y'all so much for the episode. It's good having you guys back in the studio again. Good to be back in the studio again. Everyone out there listening, hope you guys had a good weekend, had a great day. Hope something we talked about today helped spark your mind, helped you heal a little bit from some of your trauma. If you have anything you want to share with us, you already know you can reach out to us. You can hit us up on IG, on Facebook, over Google. Send me a letter. I don't care how you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But with all that being said, we hope you guys have a great day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember, just keep swimming.